Good morning, students. So in last class we have done distribution of charges on plates. Now we have one more illustration, or you can say one concept, that is called earthing. And you already know that what is the meaning of earthing, and it means that whenever we connect any particular given material with the earth, then you can understand that all its charge go to the earth. Okay, or suppose if you have given any metal plate, this is a metal plate, you have given any amount of charge to this metal plate, say 5 coulomb, then we are saying that if we connect this with earth, then potential of earth is 0, and this plate will definitely have some potential due to this plus 5 coulomb charge. Okay, as positive charge gather on any surface, then it increases its potential. Then we are saying that all of this charge will go to the earth. However, it is not true for all cases. Okay, means in this case you can say that after some certain time, charge on plate will be 0. Why? Because if we will get 0 charge only, then we can say that potential is 0. Okay, so I am taking a different illustration to prove that it is not necessary that charge is 0. Whenever we connect any material, whenever we connect any given material with earth, then the only thing that is true, that potential of that plate and earth will be same. Okay, and that will be 0. Charge, it is not necessary that charge should be 0. In this particular case, this plate will achieve potential 0 only if its charge is 0, but it is not true for all cases. Now let me take, to prove this, let me take one different example. Now you can see that I have taken a small q charge over here, and due to this small q charge, you can say this is your small q charge. Due to this small q charge, we want to calculate potential on a particular sphere. Okay, this is the given sphere, and its radius is capital R, and we want to calculate charge potential on the surface of this sphere. Okay, we can say that this charge is located at a distance x from this sphere. Okay, and no charge is provided on the surface. Don't think this is negative charge, and this distance I already told you is x. So if no charge is on the surface, then we can say its potential should be 0. But as we know that we have kept some charge at a distance x from its surface, so due to this charge there will be some potential on its surface also. Okay, and how much is that potential? First of all, just get one clarity in your mind, that if suppose for this particular point, I am talking about this point, just think for a while, this point has a 10 volt potential. Due to what? Due to this charge, because it will have some distance. Okay, so I am saying that if this point has 10 volt potential, then the adjacent point will also have 10 volt potential. Why? Because this thing you will know in detail when you will learn about current electricity, that those metal, if all this is metal, then those points of metal which are connected by a same point, like 10 volt 10 volt, they all have same potential. Okay, if no other charge, no other source of power is connected with this metal except this particular one, then these all points are connected together, and they will have equal potential always. Now what you are doing, you have connected this particular sphere with earth. Okay, in this case I am asking you, is it necessary that charge on the, this is earth actually, and I am asking you that is it necessary that charge on this sphere okay, will be 0. However, right now it is 0. Then if we connect it with earth, then charge on this surface will be 0 or not. Okay, now you can understand that suppose at this point P, this is not P, at this point P your charge is small q. Then due to this small q charge, if I ask you how much is the potential on this surface, okay, so you can calculate potential on the center, and potential at the center will be VO equal to KQ upon X, okay, and inside metal potential on the center and potential on the surface is same. Not only center, potential inside this space at this point 1 2, okay, you may call it 3 or any point. At each point your potential is constant if this is made up of metal. This is the concept. And if all this potential is constant, then we can say that potential at 1, or suppose this 0.5 lie on surface of the sphere, then we will say that potential at the 5 equal to potential at 1, potential at 2, potential at 4, and potential at each point, say center also. Okay, so if we want to calculate what is the potential at 5 or what is the potential at surface, then we will say that potential at surface will have same value as that of potential at center. So from why we are calculating at center, because we know this x value, this distance of charge from center only, okay, that's why we can say. And moreover you can say this is symmetric, so at the center your potential will be kq upon x. Now potential at the 5 will also be equal to kq upon x. In this case we have connected this sphere with the earth, okay. Now I am asking you that potential of earth is 0, okay, and potential of sphere is something, say plus 10 voltage, because this charge is positive, so its potential is again positive. I have considered this one as a positive, or so its potential is suppose plus 10 or something like that. I am saying that this value may have some certain value, I have considered it plus 10. So what will happen, as a result some amount of negative charge QE, charge from earth, and that charge must be negative, its nature must be negative. That negative charge will enter and it will go to the sphere. You can say earth has many number of electrons because it is the biggest conductor, and this negative charge will spread over whole over the body of sphere, and suppose that charge is how much, QE, okay. So finally I can say that potential of earth should be potential of sphere at final condition, I am saying potential of sphere should be 0. So potential of sphere is due to kq upon x, due to this charge small q, and due to this QE charge also it will have some potential, plus k QE. Remember right now QE is unknown, I don't know it is positive or negative, so I will take a variable QE, it will automatically come out to be negative. Suppose now QE charge is spread over whole over the body, then what is the potential due to surface charge, that is kq upon r, and finally this potential should be 0. So k to k will be cancel out, and you can say that q by x equal to minus times of QE by r. So charge flown from the earth will be QE equal to minus QR by x, or what you can say that this much amount of negative charge, if your Q is positive then whole value is positive because r and x are distances, you will say that this much amount of negative charge should flow from the earth, and this much amount of charge should reach to the sphere, only then our sphere will have 0 potential, okay, if there is any other external charges present nearby it. So question may be asked in many ways, like you may be asked what is the nature of the charge, nature of charge provided by earth. So our answer will be that is negative charge if Q is positive. Second question may be asked to you that how much charge will go. from earth to sphere, then your answer will be q equal to minus qr by x, that we solved just now. So finally you have observed that this will be our method to calculate charge, and moreover the main thing you learn that it is not necessary that if any metal, like if I ask you one objective question, like if this metal body have zero potential, its potential is zero, then is it necessary that charge on its surface should be zero? Again, listen the question carefully. I am asking you a new fresh question. Suppose in your exam this question is asked in yes or no type question or true false type question, that any material has zero potential. Okay, so does it means that charge on the surface should also be zero? Is it necessary condition? So you will say no, it is not necessary condition. You have seen this example as for this explanation. Okay, so now we see next concept. Now pay attention, we have next topic that is called dielectric breakdown. Okay, this is again an important term, and you have to understand basically its meaning. What does it mean by dielectric breakdown? So we know what are the dielectric materials. Okay, on the right hand side you can see one diagram I have made, and in this diagram I am trying to show you what how dielectric will behave in external electric field, what will be its behavior. And on the left side you can see I have made a diagram. Okay, that is a sketch for a man, a sketch of a man, and I will try to explain the same thing with the help of this small activity. Okay, now here you can see that I have taken this diagram. Suppose this is any person or any man, and now think like we are applying some force on the left hand side and on the right hand side. Okay, and suppose this force is 100 Newton we have applied over here, and here also I have applied 100 Newton. 100 Newton means 10 kg. With the amount of 10 kg I am trying to pull this hand. Okay, and similarly here other person is trying to pull hand of this man with the force of 100 Newton, or you can say with 10 kg amount. So 10 kg is normal, we all can bear this much amount of force. Now suppose what will happen if I increase my force. Suppose here instead of 10 kg if I apply 100 kg amount of force, means I am talking about from 100 Newton I have applied 1000 Newton. I have taken G equal to 10, you know it very well. And here also suppose I am applying now 1000 Newton force. Okay, more stress will occur on the hand of this man. Okay, and what will happen if you apply 10,000 Newton? I mean to say 1000 kg. So it is not possible for this person, okay, to bear this much amount of stress. Okay, so definitely injury will occur on his hand. Okay, so I mean to say there is a limit for any person, so that he can bear a particular amount of pressure. Okay, only a certain amount of pressure can be given, or you can say certain amount of force can be applied, because its flexibility is limited. Okay, and injury may occur if you apply more amount of force. Suppose for this person that limit is how much? That limit is 100 kg, means this person can bear up to 100 kg force only. Okay, so this may be for different persons. Okay, like for wrestler, or you can say for athlete this may be 120 kg, or you can say for children this may be 20 kg, like that. I am just trying to give you example. I hope you understood what I am trying to say. Now think like we have this particular material which is our dielectric, and this is made up of molecule. Like these molecules are HCl. I am talking about a particular material which has a smaller molecule HCl. You can consider any other material also, like a chamber of gas in which we have many atoms which are basically hydrogen. I mean to say, we have a chamber of hydrogen gas, okay, in which you will see many molecule of H2 gas. That means what? H and H. Or you can consider any particular chamber in which we have oxygen gas, okay, like O2 molecule here, here, everywhere we will have O2 molecule. So I am saying that in fact, in actual, O2 molecule will be written in this way as per its configuration. So what all I am saying that we may have any other molecule also which is say made up of HCl molecule, okay. Then on each molecule charge on positive ion, and these are rotating or revolving, these are not stationary, or you may consider these are fixed also. In that case also automatically your molecule will change its position as per this electric field, because it applies force. Now you can understand there are basically sharing of electrons between these molecules, okay, and positive ion will go towards electric field and negative ion will come towards negative element. Means automatically your Cl will come to the left side and your H plus will move to the right hand side. If this orientation is given, then it will arrange itself. It happens, okay. This thing you will see in more detail in when we talk about magnetism also. There you will see that in magnet actually molecules rearrange their orientation. They definitely change. Instead of electric field, we there apply magnetic field, and all the molecule like HCl, there we don't have HCl, we have their magnetic material. All molecule change its whole configuration, they turn as per this field. And if you will reverse the direction of electric field or magnetic field, there the molecule will change its position. Those are called di, para and ferro. You will learn all these things. Now here what I am saying, that electric field is given in this certain direction and your molecule will rearrange its position as per this formula, or as per this rule, that positive charge will gather towards left and negative towards positive, you can say, towards right, and negative towards left. Now I am not telling you again and again why this happens, because positive charge will experience force Q in opposite direction and negative charge appears force in opposite direction. That's why this orientation occurs, okay. All these things will be connected together, so just keep in mind. Now for simplicity, sometime what we do, we consider our dipole. In most of the geometry, most of the question you will see, we concentrate whole negative charge towards left. However, it may be true that some charge, maybe actual charge configuration is this one, actual picture is this one, but for simplicity we consider that all charges on left hand side and on the right hand side in such a way when electric field is applied. So we come to our topic. We were talking about electric strength of dipole, okay, or breakdown strength. This topic is dielectric breakdown. So suppose I have made one more diagram. As you can see that for simplicity what we consider, that all negative charge has gathered over here and all positive charge is gathered over here. However, direction of induced electric field will be same in this case, in first case and in second case, okay. So what I am saying, that all external electric field, there will be some limit of external electric field, okay. First of all, this E induced can never be equal to E external in case of dielectric. You know it very well, because number of availability of free electron is not as that much for metal. But if you keep on increasing this amount of electric field, like there in that example, if you keep on increasing your amount from 100 kg to 120 kg or 130 kg, then one condition may occur that at a particular force, say 125 kg, at a particular force breakdown may occur or injury may occur, okay. Same like here, if you keep on increasing your external electric field, then it may be possible for a particular material. Okay, for a particular material, for suppose if E external is 100 unit, means 100 Newton per Coulomb, for this much amount of electric field, breakdown may occur. Like, just think that this minus charge is experiencing a force of QE in this direction, and this plus charge is experiencing a force in this direction. This particle is not in relaxed condition, it is in stress condition. Okay, some force is applying on right hand side 100 kg and some force on left hand side, say 100 kg. Okay, then if you will keep on increasing this much amount of force, this QE and QE, from more than 120 or 100, okay, so I am saying that there may be a possible condition that this particular molecule may break, and at that condition, when this molecule will breaks, the negative charge will go on the left hand side, and positive means not only this charge, I am talking about all those covalence bond, the covalence bond that is present for this configuration of this material, those bond may break. Okay, and if the covalent bond will break, suppose for, if I take example of carbon, then you know carbon is configured, or it shows valence bond in such a way that 4 single bond will be there, covalent bond. Okay, its valence is 4. You may talk about any other material also, like nitrogen 3 or 5 bond. Okay, in different cases. So what I am saying that all these electron which are covalence, which are involved in forming the bond, all these bond will break down, will break. Okay, and the number of availability of electron will be much more. In this case, many number of free electron will appear at a sudden. So this conductor will, this dielectric will start behaving like a conductor. When number of availability of electron will be more, then you can say this dielectric has been converted into conductor. Then in that case, no difference will be there between dielectric and conductor. So basically that electric field at which, suppose that electric field is 100 unit. Now remember, this electric field value may be different for different kind of material. In a particular material, this bond, this carbon-carbon bond, or suppose any other dielectric, this bond may be strong. So it may take time to break, or it may take more amount of force to break. More force means Q is more, and Q is more means charge is constant. This bonding electron or number is constant, but this E will increase. Okay, so for different material, your electric field may be different, may have different value, which electric field at which this particular material will break. So we are saying that this 100 unit is actually limit for a particular material. Okay, and this is called breakdown voltage. Breakdown voltage for a particular material. Okay, and you can understand that electric field and that voltage are related with each other. Okay, they have relation. So we are trying to define the breakdown voltage with the help of this, the amount of voltage by which that much amount of electric field or that much amount of force will generate, so that it can break. Okay, be very clear with this these two terms. We have two different terms. One is your dielectric strength. I am talking about dielectric breakdown. Okay, almost both have same meaning. The first term is what? Dielectric strength. That electric field is called dielectric strength. In simple word, you remember. And breakdown voltage, in short, it is mentioned at BV, and breakdown voltage is the different thing. However, both are related. For example, to produce 100 unit of electric field, okay, suppose 120 amount of voltage, or say 100 amount of voltage is required. So that amount of voltage by which we can produce this much external electric field. Okay, so that voltage, if you will apply this much voltage, then this particular E external will generate. Okay, and if this E external will generate, this dielectric will break down. So we are saying this is the strength of the dielectric electric field, and the voltage by which we are reaching up to that certain limit, that particular voltage is called breakdown voltage. This thing is defined for capacitor basically, because this dielectric will be inserted inside a capacitor. Okay, moreover, when we will learn about capacitor in detail, there I will tell you how this will be utilized in numericals. I hope everything is clear to you.